What is going on, guys? Jack here, and today we're bringing you a Battlefront 2 video, and we're just going to be talking about some of the DLC rumours that seem to be spreading through the mill. So we currently have just finished the Season 1 run of The Last Jedi DLC that was featured around when the new movie came out. That ended, I think it was late last month, and now there's been talk about the customization that comes along with the Clone Wars DLC. Now, the developer of the game has stated that that they will be bringing customization in, and that people have been hoping for Clone Wars DLC. A fan had asked if there was any more news on customization, and the developer had simply said yes. His response was the same when asked if there would be any Clone Wars content. Battlefront fans have been hoping for a Clone Wars DLC for some time. I've certainly been hoping for Clone Wars DLC. Clone Wars, I think, is one of the most underrated parts of the Star Wars universe. Its story, it's to be honest, the whole show, even the expanded canon, is fantastic. And though DICE haven't confirmed they are working on the Clone Wars DLC, it has been hinted. Rumour of player customization has been circling for a while, primarily due to a video leak last year that's shown a PC version of the game with a change appearance option, and that the developer had also teased it during a stream, I believe it was. And in addition to the Clone Wars DLC and the customization, and this is something that I could get behind, the developers have also said that we would see a Conquest game mode in the future. So they turned around and said, we're obviously hearing the requests about a more open, free-flowing large mode like Conquest. Not sure if porting a mode over is the right way to go, but we're definitely working on satisfying that request. So if you've ever played the originals, Conquest was a big thing with Star Wars Battlefront. It was more or less the main game mode that was used in the original games. You know, you pick a spawn point, and the spawn point that you pick is obviously one that you've captured, and if you were unable to pick it, that means you needed to capture it. It was a lot of fun, and it would be cool to see that sort of updated on the current gen version of Battlefront, as well as the Conquest. You know, and with it being Clone Wars DLC, I would love it to release heroes that are only linked to Clone Wars. Obviously, it's Clone Wars DLC. You know, you got Count Dooku, you've got Obi-Wan Kenobi or General Kenobi. You know, you've got Anakin Skywalker, you've got Ahsoka. You know, Grievous, even Cad Bane. You know, you've got characters like that who were in this series or in this part of the Star Wars mythos. And I think it'd be really cool if we got characters like that to feature in this game. I mean, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin. You know, I understand that we already have Vader in the game, but Anakin and Vader are in a sense two completely different people, so it would be interesting to see how they would handle doing two different styles. You know, Anakin could maybe have more ranged attacks or what's the word, rushed sort of thing, so kind of like basically like he's too cocky. And Obi-Wan's, I guess, would be more of a defense type thing, or potluck essentially is what I'm going for, and I guess Ahsoka could fall into the cocky side of things, and then General Grievous would be, I'd say, be more kind of like Phasma in sense of, you know, he could be more of a healer. You know, he could be an important ally to have, you know, due to, say, he could have a flurry attack where he brings all of his arms out, and Count Dooku, I guess, I'd like to see him. I think he'd be a cross between Kylo and Sidious in a way. He'd be defensive, but at the same time he could rush, and he could do a lot of damage in that front. And Cad Bane, and he'd be like Han Solo. I could see him, you know, staying back, or Bossk even, you know, staying back, works better from a distance, has abilities that'll help him level the playing field, so to speak. It's really interesting to know that, you know, despite the rep that these guys at EA and DICE get, you know, that they're listening to us. They're listening to the fans. They want to make a great game. Granted, the launch wasn't exactly as they hoped. Microtransactions got disabled because, in my personal opinion, microtransactions are just the worst. I can understand when some games like Dragon Ball FighterZ use them in a sense not to force you to buy them, or even Shadow of War. You know, they don't force you to buy them. They're just there. It's a feature, but with Star Wars, and this is a thing with EA. They just want to push you to get them. I'm looking at you, FIFA. You know, it's they just want us to spend our money on them. You know, they're releasing all this free DLC. They've got to make the money back somehow. But hopefully they learn from this. I know they're trying to find a balance of microtransactions and, well, avoiding them, because there are people with more time on the hands and there are people with less time on the hands, people like myself who work, and there are obviously people who don't work who have all the time in the world to, you know, play the game. But at the end of the day, microtransactions are a piece of shit, really. But it's still interesting to see that they are focusing full force on the DLC, and that they really want to give us what they want, especially where Conquest Mode and Clone Wars DLC and customization is concerned. But guys, what do you think about the discussion with the DLC and everything else that they want to bring to the table in terms of Battlefront 2? It's certainly shaping up to be an improvement compared to the first game. This game is definitely an improvement, but at the same time there is a lot that needs fixing with it. So what do you guys think about Battlefront 2? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you excited to see the DLC, the customization, Clone Wars, Conquest, you name it? Let me know below what you guys think. Give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, guys. And may the Force be with you. I will see you all in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.